underway here in just a moment. I am getting our players into the lobby for the first match of the night. Hello, everybody. I hope you had a nice 2 weeks between last bracket and this one. Back for hopefully a calm night of remix today. We don't have too many entrants, but in exchange for the lower entrants this week, we'll be running kind of uh, a weird setup for the tournament. It's one that we did a couple months ago. Honestly, it feels like it was close to like a year ago. The last time we did it, but we're going to be running a ratio bracket for tonight's tournament. And to help me explain, I have a co-commentator with me. You should know him pretty well by now, Fleur.
Yep. Anyone who's watched any of these before probably is familiar. I'm pretty regular commentator, but for those who don't know, I'm Fleur, resident commentator, lab scientist. Not so much a player these days, but I try to contribute in my own way.
And still have a lot of information about the game, which I think is important.
Yeah, and like Jules said, we're running a ratio bracket for the first time in quite a while. I think we've only done one once before, and that was like a patch or two ago.
I would believe it. I might have been beta 26, to be completely honest with you. I can make I probably should have done this before, but I can bring up the tier list for the ratio bracket right now, just to make it easier for everybody to understand how points will work. You get 10. You get 10 points for your team if you've ever watched a Marvel or any sort of team game ratio bracket. It's similar to that. The only thing is that this is a 1v1 game, so it basically means if you pick two characters, you get two games, basically. It becomes first to two. If you pick three characters, it's first to three, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's more like Super Turbo is a fairly popular ratio game, especially in like Japanese arcades. This is kind of similar to that format.
Okay, I didn't know about that. That's good to know. But yeah, here's the tier list for anybody who's curious. So 7-3, 6-4, 5-5. You could also do 4-3-3 if you wanted to have three characters. But it's just you're going to be playing weaker characters. You want to ready up or me?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, the cool thing about these ratio tournaments is, especially with Remix having a fairly small community, there's a lot of characters we don't see too much of. And this is a cool way to kind of get people out of their comfort zones, playing characters they might not usually play.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the past couple, it might have been the past two, maybe three remix tournaments we've run. The grand finals have been Rose and Gen, or I think maybe one was Rose and Boxer. But it's all been pretty heavily dominated by the top tiers of this patch, and I'm hoping that this tournament will help us see some weirder characters.
So we're seeing CD saying he's going to be playing Fei Long.
Yeah, Fei Long into Red Bull League's Hakan. Now, Hakan is a character that we definitely don't see a ton of. Not because he's necessarily bad, he's just weird. Immediately going in there. The interesting thing about Fei Long, I think, this patch after his nerfs, are the abundance of hard knockdowns the character has. We're going to see some of them right here. That's a hard knockdown setup. Blocks it, doesn't block the overhead. We're going to go into another hard knockdown.
that overhead is cancelable into that flip kick for full conversions if it connects.
Yeah, you can cancel into the meterless version for just a hard knockdown, or you can cancel into the EX for a ground bounce. This will not kill, but take him to the corner. It has no oil.
Oop.
No, okay, I thought so.
Wins.
That's what I thought would happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I held my breath for a second.
There's reversals out.
Takes the first round pretty confidently. Hakan, that standing heavy kick is so strong. And that's 50% right there.
Yeah.
Bully's back in with the Rekka. Rekka, one of the strongest parts of his character's toolkit. Oh,
Yeah,
unfortunate input.
I think Fei Long's pressure might actually be kind of hard to run against a grappler like Hakan because it's very stagger based for the most part.
It is extremely stagger based. And I feel like we're not seeing a lot of below threat here. It's a lot of crouching light punch into the overhead. Mashes out of it that time. It's a very good option. You can also DP out if you want, but gets hit by the second time around.
Yeah. Oof.
Second time around is going to be no dice, and that's game one.
Yeah.
So in accordance
I mean,
with the tier list, they're going to have to switch to their secondary character, as you were saying, Fleur.
Yeah, that would be Cody. We're gonna see L's Cody coming up next, but also a couple other things about Fei Long. Really good air game.
Extremely good. Jumping heavy kick is one of the
Yes.
best buttons in the game.
And in general, Fei Long's buttons may not seem like the biggest in the game, but they have very many of them have very disjointed hitboxes that makes them hard to contest considering their speed.
Right. Just very hard character to move around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's going to necessarily get any easier with Cody, to be completely honest with you. I need to switch the layout. Excuse me, everybody. Hopefully we won't miss too much of the... I think Red Void is in like a character crisis, but with the color for Cody. I've seen them use like 10 different skins for Cody in 2 days. The thing about Cody is that the little sand toss he does, horizontal forward kick. It is a true block string if you do the light version into that Zonk Knuckle, which is also true, and I think like -1 or -2. So this character,
I believe -2.
Yeah, this character bullies you with a lot of pressure like this. It's going to be a lot of this. DP's out and picks it up too. Okay, not going to be a kill, but going to take him to the other corner. One of the hard knockdown. That's going to do it. Okay, the reset and just plucks him out of the air.
Yeah, as you can see, Fei Long doesn't necessarily have like the highest damage. It's pretty reasonable, but nothing crazy.
His damage is, I would say, probably slightly below average, but he makes up for it for probably some of the easiest, most universal hard knockdowns in the game. You know, really bad spot here. Does have full resources, but mashes out. This is going to be big damage if you continue the combo.
Drops it though.
Really a really big fan of those rock conversions, but doesn't quite work as well mid-screen. Let's super rock. There we go. Yeah.
This should be
extremely dead. So you can throw rock after Zonk Knuckle to keep your plus frames.
Yeah. Like Fei Long, like we were saying about Fei earlier, Cody is also very stagger frame trap based, and but we've seen CD not respect it, just DP out several times.
Which I think is the best option for what it's worth, especially with how safe DPs are in that game. DP's out there, but unfortunately was gonna get blown up for it, but drops a combo. Doesn't get the double overhead.
Backs up.
And jabs right out. Yeah, tries just work to get out of there. We're gonna get to see the full team from both players in this first match.
Yeah, next up for CD is Balrog Boxer, a character we've seen them play many times, more in their comfort zone for sure.
What is he? What is he called in Japanese? Is it M Bison?
Uh,
Boxer. He's called M Bison, and then
yeah,
because I remember he's got three names. It's Balrog, M Bison, or Boxer.
yeah. Well, yeah, because in Japanese he's M Bison, because Mike Tyson, and that's
Yeah.
part of that. That's like the main reason they had to switch those names around in the English localization.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, I just released a video on my Twitter about Boxer actually. So we're gonna if you're coming here for a net, you're gonna get to see what this character does. Um, Boxer, one of the most explosive characters probably in the history of this game, has kind of always been this way. You're gonna see a lot of high damage. This character is either it's all feast or all famine. You know, you're either losing hard or this round might end in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The peppermint Cody color, okay. Immediately gets him sucked into the vortex of pressure. That's an
Yeah, like
anti-air
you were
that.
saying, the Zonk is -2, but because of the spacing, it's not always safe to swing on.
It almost feels like you're a plus after it sometimes, and just kind of gets hit a whole lot there. And now he's going to zone out with. Oh no! Here we go. Yeah, this game is even again. Even with that drop, this game's even again. Doesn't block. Wakes up with an EX reversal.
We actually saw that Boxer hop from CD, which isn't something you see too much. It's
Yeah, that was good. I like that. I like spinning to get
Yeah.
out of that. I was gonna say, was that hop or was that just a regular jump?
That was the hop
Okay.
we saw earlier.
Oh my lord! Uses the spin. Spin. One of Boxer's best features. It's just he loses half charge
Yeah.
whenever he has to use it. But I mean, already very close to death here is Red Bully. But battling back here gonna make this a long combo.
Yeah.
But unfortunately drops.
Ooh.
Tries a reversal out. Doesn't get punished for it, and that's gonna be it.
Mm.
Just blow right on through it. Don't even worry about it.
You don't see the hop too much either because that input can also be not done while holding tap.
Right.
But it is one of Boxer's only good ways to present any sort of high threat. So it has its place.
Right. But 2-1 for CD over Red Bully advances to the next round, which will be coming up now because we can't run losers until at least two people have been knocked out. Boxer, a character that I think a lot of people felt like sort of fell out of popularity once his gimmick was figured out. But I mean, still has a place in the meta. Still a strong high mid tier character.
Right. Definitely.
2-1, and next up it will be me playing against CD. I will be locking in with Seth and Rose.
Okay. So that's for those watching, that's a 3-pointer. Seth, not considered a very good character, and then Rose, a 7-pointer, who's quickly become considered one of the best characters in the game. And the thing is, she's changed very little over the past few patches. It's just she wasn't really being played or explored to her full potential until Jules picked her up. So yeah, we're seeing both players start with their weaker character, the one they're less confident in, it would seem. CD on Fei Long versus Jules on Seth. Seth is has a lot of strong tools in theory. Um, but unlike Ultra Street Fighter, Seth does not have a DP in Remix, which hurts. And their ability to get reliable meterless conversions is pretty below average too. We're seeing a CD with the quick advantage here, but oh, teleports in. Seth can in Remix cancel their fireballs as well as several other moves into teleport, which is a pretty good tool. Like we see there again, throws out the EX fireball and teleports in. Ooh, getting those sneaky jump heavy punches to harass and you know, kind of lame out the round. CD interrupts that pressure string, but the EX boom it comes back, it boomerangs, ends up getting hit. Yep, that Seth EX type Tandon engine restands, which you can use to continue combos or for sneaky resets like that command throw. Oof. Solid combo, but it's so scaled that I don't think Faye gets much more damage out of that. Yeah. That was a scrappy end to the round. Even on rounds now, but Seth, Jules on Seth has full bar. That could be pretty threatening. Plenty of meter for EX booms, EX charges, or EX Tandon for combo extensions. Rolls out of the Oki setup. Ooh, sneaky teleport. Doesn't finish the combo, but you know, still, this should even it out. Oh, that's very punishable. I'm not sure if Jules maybe got crossed up. That's not what they wanted. Misinput maybe. Good DP. Doesn't get a conversion from it, but still. Closes it out with the godlike air to air, the neutral jump heavy kick, I believe that is. You know, Seth is a 3-pointer for a reason. Character can struggle quite a bit, but we're gonna see Jules stepping up with the Rose. A very, very, very strong character. Oppressive Oki, oppressive neutral. You know, the Soul Satellite, honestly, potentially one of the best supers in the game for its sheer utility. We'll see if CD has the solution to it with Fei Long. I'm not sure what he does in this matchup. Can't say I'm familiar with this matchup. Characters have been selected, just getting into the match now. Yep. Round start, just jumping at him with the jump heavy punch, which is very hard for a lot of characters to contest unless they use an invuln DP or something of the sort. And Rose's ability to double jump can still bait out reversals anyway. Knockdown. Oop. Soul throw cross up. Ooh, clashes through the fireball. Those Rekkas do delete fireballs, but ends up losing the next interaction anyway. Good backstep. Fei Long has those backsteps that have invuln, but the follow-up was a little too slow to make anything off of it. Just DP out, yeah, very good reversal. Hard knockdown. Good baits on these EX Soul Spirals. It is a very good reversal, 0 on block as well, but because it's strictly horizontal, it does lose to some of those jump overs like that. Ooh. Quite a lot of damage here. Ooh, yeah. Closes it out with the double jump heavy punch as backed up by orbs. CD still has another character left, the Boxer. This is a matchup I believe both players have played quite a bit against each other, the Boxer versus Rose. They've even played it in tournament before. So, not just casuals. You know, both of these players comfort characters to a degree. Their points are both gone. This is the last game of this set. We'll see how they perform in a matchup that's much more familiar to both of them. I don't believe it's a great matchup for Boxer, but as Jules was mentioning before, Boxer is such an explosive character that it's hard to ever really count him out, even when the matchup or the game state is not particularly looking in his favor. Locks the initial onslaught of overheads, but gets opened up by the tick throw. Another tick throw. Dumps into super. Lots of damage. Ooh, but the life totals are evened up. Air-to-air conversion from Jules's Rose to take the round. Hard knockdown, activate, yep. Fireball canceled into activate, you just kind of have to... Tries to spin through, but the end lag gets caught by the orbs anyway, and this is looking like a... Oop. Still gets the perfect. When Rose is going into that second round, stocked on resources, very, very scary stuff to deal with. So that decides our next round, the first round of losers. CD versus Red Bullied. Well, the only losers round. This is actually a losers finals coming up since quite a small bracket.
All right. That is that decided. So yeah, next up will be technically losers finals, but because both of these players play two characters, it'll still be a first to two set.
Right.
Do you want to ready up or me?
You can.
Okay, just let me get the layout turned over. They got to do something for Seth. I don't even. Man, that character is rough. I did have a lot of drops, but like, whew. They don't give you a lot to work with. Yeah, I imagine. Okay, so we're seeing. Never mind. We're seeing a team switch for for Red Bully here, going to Gen Cammy. This is a team I made a joke about, and now they're playing it. So
Mm-hmm.
I said like, hey, I'm not gonna have to worry about Gen this bracket unless Red Bully has a secret Cammy. I guess they do. I guess they do. Is it gonna be? I'm guessing it's gonna be Cammy Point.
Yeah, I would guess so. I think
Oh,
oh.
what? What? Why?
Hmm.
Why Gen? I don't understand.
I think you'd want the character who you're most confident in on the back.
On your anchor, yeah, so you can make comebacks. But I mean, that's what CD's doing. CD's played. CD has two characters that they're very comfortable with, and Red Bully just has the one. But this is an unfortunate drop already.
Yeah.
Guesses low, guesses correctly.
Yeah, that dragon kick is very unsafe on block.
Yeah, very, very unsafe on one, especially if you do that. Oh, that's going to be a dead character.
Yeah.
Pretty confident in this.
Maybe.
Oh, does the unblockable reset, but doesn't follow it up the right way. Just anti-airs with Tornado.
Yeah.
Send them way up there. So yeah, Gen is definitely the character they're more comfortable with, but I mean, we're going to see a nice combo here and no resources for Gen, so this might be a little rough to get out of. Blocks it. That's plus.
Yeah.
We're going to go one more time. Next hit could kill. Throw! Okay.
Oh, but drops.
Drops.
Still, like...
There you go. The dragon kick was... I think that was supposed to be DP, but the dragon kick was beautiful. Was that follow-up free? Or did it spend the bar anyway?
I don't know.
I think that follow-up was free. Guesses low, guesses correctly. The low follow-up from that is just so much more rewarding. Guesses right on the reversal. Guesses right again.
Yeah. Ooh,
Gonna be a super combo
this
here.
Hurt, though.
Oh, not quite! Throw combo! Into the ground bounce. Next hit will not kill, but we're very close. Reversal on deck.
Just
backs up.
One more touch.
DP's out. There's the reversal.
Blocks.
Alpha counters out. No more reversal. That's it. No, you are not getting away with again bullshit today.
Now
Says-
El's gonna have to show us that Cammy.
That is the correct. By the way, that is the correct way to deal with Tornado. That's the right answer. Alpha counter every time. It's not a. You don't always have alpha counter, but if you do, because Tornado Gen is freely actionable after Tornado, right? So after the wake up super, Gen can fall with a button, and it's actually a true block string. But if you alpha counter it, you'll get the counter hit, which means it does white life, and you get a bar of meter for counter hitting with alpha counter. So that's actually the best answer there every time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, can't say that's a character I've seen too much.
Not only just haven't seen too much from Red Bully, but haven't seen too much in general. I don't.
Right.
It's not that I don't know what this character does. I do. It's just I don't see her played very often. I feel.
Right. Right.
I mean, I guess we're gonna find out what this secret Cammy is gonna be like. It's gotta get through 2 characters. I like this outfit. This is a good start. Cammy has a couple weird traits as a character. She has a hitbox on her backdash, doesn't she? It's like a launcher. Was it her or was it Yang that does that?
Both, I believe.
Okay, it's both. Using the dive kick pressure. Cammy in this game, I mean, it's a 3-point character. She's a little disappointing, but Cammy does the things that you would expect her to do in other Street Fighter games. They're just a little less good. Because it's like normal Street Fighter stuff in Remix.
Yeah. Yeah, she has the unique property where all of her normals have different properties when done out of a dash.
Yes. I believe there's a Blaze Blue character that does the same thing. If anybody wants a comparison
Nay,
to it, they don't know. Yeah, okay.
for him, it's his specials are buffed if he does them out of a dash.
For her,
King,
it's her normals. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're kind of getting cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the full conversion there, but one hit from death easily. DP's out.
Yeah.
Tries to do some gimmicky spiral arrow pressure, but no, you're just gonna eat a DP. That'll do it. I mean, much cleaner than maybe switch it again and Cammy. Possibly the wrong decision here. You're gonna lose 2-0 over the 2-1 from before. There'd be a comfortable 2. Was there? There was one. I think there was one round dropped, wasn't there? To the Gen. I was gonna say no rounds dropped, but no. That I think game 1 went to round 3. And we will be getting underway here very shortly with Grand Finals. I will just turn the bracket overlay over and we can get started. And of course, you'll have the floor for commentary again.
Sorry, yeah, just communicating a bit with our players here to make sure they know how the grand finals work.
Of course, yeah.
You know, like most tournaments, CD does have to reset if he wants to win the tournament. That just means knocking out both of Jules' characters. Similar to similar concept to how they usually work. Just the ratio concept makes it a little different.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Right, Faye versus Seth. CD won this last time. We'll see if Jules has adapted with the Seth at all. Okay, reset into command grab. Or throw. I think that was just a normal throw, right? Doesn't finish the combo, but gets a nice knockdown. Scrap in here. Funny DP. Trades with the boom advantageously. Dragon kick whiffs through the teleport, but oof. So while CD did not get many super clean conversions, Seth is tied for lowest health character in the game with Akuma. So the sort of scrappy exchanges, Fei Long gets more out of those than Seth does, just because of the health difference. Oh, you see that Seth 2 HP whiffing from that distance? That's kind of one thing that makes Seth's confirm so inconsistent, is even when chained into, there's a range where it just whiffs. Yeah. Not much more to say. Just the Seth doesn't look too real. CD once again convincingly wins this specific matchup. But once again, the last matchup they had, the Rose, Jules convincingly beat the Fei Long with the Rose. And now it's time to see if CD has learned anything about that matchup that might shift the tides a little bit. And again, if CD manages to take down this Rose, that will be a bracket reset. And CD has 2 characters to deal with versus Jules being on her last character. This matchup, theoretically, I would think Fei Long typically has the tools to deal with when used intelligently, but Soul Spiral kind of changes everything, the dynamics of the matchup. CD being pretty disrespectful with that reversal, but it's worked out quite a bit for him. Wow. Good jump heavy punch, air to air conversion, and to just dead. Rose's damage scales excellently with meter simply because that fireball super does so much damage. Especially when used as early into a combo as possible. Pretty slow neutral. Oh. Good good air to air. Drops the conversion, but opens Jules up with the overhead anyway. Cheeky little DP into CC to keep it safe. Tries to just dragon kick across the screen, but Jules gets the chase down and has to hold this. Just advancing across the screen. Yep. At that point, you know, even if you manage to block the high-low, you're just gonna get chipped out. Next up, we're gonna see a classic matchup: Jules Rose versus CD Boxer. If Jules just needs to win this last matchup to win the tournament. If CD manages to take down the Rose, the undefeated Rose, then there will be a reset, and CD's tournament life is still in there. We've seen how explosive this matchup is already in this bracket. In these 2 players' previous encounter in the winners bracket. Hard to count either of these characters out just because of how much they can swing things in their favor from a disadvantaged position. Jules has the clear advantage to start here, though. Oof. One good hit from Boxer, though, and Jules gets the counter poke into death, closes out the round. This is a tournament point. And Jules has a lot of meter to work with here. Okay. Big damage. Not gonna... Yeah, no way that kills, but I mean, just one more touch, any touch. Oof. When Rose is going into a round with, you know, 3-4 bar there's really very little to be done about that. All it takes is one touch, and then you're losing 80%, or she has 2 soul satellite activations. Congrats, Jules. Yeah, I see Jules saying in the chat. The Fei Long is actually looking pretty real, despite how uh CD has not been playing the character for very long. Definitely a character I'm interested in seeing more of in the future as an option from CD.
I think Fei Long right now is in a really interesting spot because he got his infinite removed, which was like his main source of damage. So even though he's a worse character now than he used to be, um, I feel like he has a lot more of his own identity. He doesn't
Yeah.
just loop a combo over and over until you die. He's like a 3 to 4 touch character with really, really good hard knockdowns. Like
Yeah.
crazy good. Like you're like plus 100 or some shit.
Yes. And like we were saying, he's very much a sort of stagger, frame trap, strike throw kind of character for the most part. Though we do see his overhead can be quite threatening, but the thing is that that backstep of his gives him so much room to sort of call out attempted mash outs on his pressure.
It's really nice, especially if it's a not so much against Rose because her reversal is entirely horizontal, but
Yeah.
a vertical reversal like Ryu, he can back sway, and Ryu just goes up for DP because he was buffering it to beat something, and then you just get a full punish.
Yeah. And like you were saying, yeah, I think the character's been slept on a bit since the nerf to his damage that was the infinite removal, but
I definitely don't think it killed the character or anything.
oh, he has so many other interesting tools. I mean, EX Dragon Kick is still like a full screen reversal.
Yeah, I if anything, I would like his B and Bs to do like maybe like 80 more damage, and then I think that character is perfect. If he
Right.
did like a tiny, because his damage is ever so slightly like unless you have stacked meter, it's kind of hard to 3 touch. It generally is more of like a 2 touch, not 2 touch,
Yeah.
it's like a 4 touch. Um, Compared to 3 touching or 2 touching. Um,
Right.
I'd like his damage to be improved just a little bit, but I think the character is in a great spot right now. You just kind of get rosed
Yeah.
sometimes.
Hmm.
It's just kind of the way it goes.
Yeah. So congrats Jules on another remix Sundays win. And thank you CD, thank you L for participating.
Yeah,
Really holding down the brackets right now.
yeah, because they're in a little bit of a rough spot with attendance, but I have a couple plans in the works. I have um, an eventual return to Mondays on
Mm,
the docket because we went on Sundays for a while for scheduling reasons. We may go back to Mondays. I'm not sure how people feel
yeah.
because Sundays was always supposed to be a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Um, but now we've been doing it for like 6, 7 brackets. It's been a couple of months. Um,
Hmm.
but we do have a plan. I do have a plan to move to Mondays eventually. I have a plan for a remix Saturdays, which is like a special version of our weekly tournaments that'll be bigger, more production value. I'm gonna throw like 20, $30 into the prize pool. Um, I have plans for that. Um,
Oh, okay.
so there will be paid tournaments eventually. I like I'm between work right now. But when I have disposable income again, I'll fucking drop like $50 on this game. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would chip in a bit to a pot if it got more people to turn up.
Yeah, I think if I count off the top of my head everybody who's in the community, I think we could break double digits for a
Yeah.
tournament with money involved in it and it's free to enter. I think we could break double digits, and I would probably have, because she's been gone for about a month or so. An event that big, I'd probably have you and Heather on commentary again.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
But I have a couple things in the works for the community, but smaller brackets are always okay. It just happens sometimes. It was very fun to see everybody again. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Um,
Yeah. Thanks all. I'm gonna sign off. I'm
yeah,
not really on social media. Just join the Discord.
yeah. The link to the link to the Discord isn't in there, but the link to the sf4remix.com is there, and you
And
can
that
find
links
the
to the Discord.
You can find the Discord, you can find the moveset wiki, but not the super combo wiki. The super combo wiki you'll need the Discord for. It's not done, but all the character bios were recently finished, and it's in a readable state if you want to learn about the basics of characters. So, yeah. Come hang out, come play the game if you want.
Yeah.
We still have a couple characters that don't get too much representation. And I will see you guys sometime soon, hopefully.
Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again, baby. Nah. What up, love? I need a hug, cause drugs be taking over. Shorty couldn't take it no more, she went loca. No stranger to a rum and soda. I met the hoe while she was slumped over. Shit, I've been good though, I can't complain. I could probably cop a half a plane. Drinking juice just like Jack LaLanne now. I'ma strike it rich any day now. You know I gotta get a plate now. Virtuoso on the keyboard. I rap the eastern seaboard. Jeez, Lord, please leave the Z3 keys before you leave. Don't sneeze on my shit, cause for she's I'ma flip ya. Pedicure, foot slide in a slipper. Trying to do the remix.
Will this be available on Wax Axe Max Mill? The only opposition to his ass whack tax bill. Or will he pass the Senate? Slumlord tenant in the super like 1A. Have a fun stay. One day, plan to put in a runway. With enough land for his own projects and gun plates. Section 8 penthouse, made look like Faye Dunaway. A lot of y'all ass out like gay runaway. It's how they say semi-risque. All day, every day, give out Emmys the quick way. Have the average MC say, give me a sick day. They really ain't got shit to say like Timmy McVeigh. Get a hunch of real ragtag bunch. In school he kept a do-rag in a bag lunch. Just to eat heads on some breakdance shit and spit. He ripped this skit in Sanskrit. If the pants fit, sport him, but rock 'em low. Your man like Rollo on the slow, can't knock it though. It's like the same hustle, bro, two knuckles glow. Tucked in the Tigre just to let the name buckle show. Good googly moogly, see that loogie? Yeah, keep it on the DL Hughley. You don't watch her, he might house her like Doogie. Just to cut a Lucy like Mitsurugi. Gooey gumdrops, who got a style from his pops? You gotta give the bum some props. Action sister, her beatbox is more thicker. Doom that nigga, detox with more liquor. Villain for hire, admire the sound. Make sure the price is right before you come on down. Rappers be on some you. Forgot who they talking to. Too much pork stew. They need to knock